Hi, today I want to talk to you about the question that everyone always asks in a domestic violence relationship. It's the number one question that I get from people that don't understand domestic violence. And it's, why don't they leave? Or why do they stay? This question is it's a hard question. It's really hard. It's hard for us to understand. It's a hard question for the survivors I work with to hear before they feel like they have to take on the blame as to why they don't do what they do. The question is that we really should be asking in these situations is, why do they hurt them? Why do they hit them? Why do they emotionally abuse them? Why do they do what they do? Those should be the questions that we should be asking. But I want to give just some education around the experience that I've had with victims when they, why it is that they do stay. It's very hard. There's so many reasons. The biggest one is fear. They're afraid. They can't. Where are they going to go? They've been isolated. They are isolated away from friends and family. They aren't able to reach out to someone to help them. They move them away from their family. So they're all alone. They feel like they have no one to go to. They feel like no one will understand. They feel like no one will believe them. Comes back to the question, when someone asks them, why do you stay? They feel like you're blaming them and like it's their fault for what is happening. So it's hard for them to come forward and be vulnerable and to share this going on. Fear being the biggest thing. They're afraid that maybe they're going to take their kids away. Maybe they have children involved. And they threaten them the whole time, saying that they're going to take their children from them. Or maybe it's financial. They have nothing if they leave. Their offender constantly tells them that they will have nothing. They will take everything from them. Sometimes they don't work when they're in this relationship because the offender wants it that way so that they can keep them isolated. So they have no way to leave. They have no access to bank accounts. They're unable to get the help they need or have money to even leave. So money's a reason. Children are a reason. Fear's a reason. Another one is they love that person. They hope that they'll change. They hope that one day, that if they love them enough and they keep sticking with them and they don't leave, because you don't leave the person you love, that they will change. So they hope, they love them. They hope they can love them through it. Another one is that they get beat down so much emotionally as they start to believe what the offender tells them all the time. They tell them they're ugly, they're fat, no one else will want them. So eventually, when you hear that over and over, you start to believe it. So it's hard to want to leave. It's hard to even have the pieces or the self-esteem to pick yourself up to go, because you feel like nothing. They broke you. They broke you down to where they wanted you so that you would not leave. Maybe this is all they know. This is all that they've lived through. Maybe they grew up in a home just like this. Maybe this is a little bit better than that home was. So they compare it constantly to that previous home, or they compare it to their last relationship and say to themselves, well, this one doesn't hit me like that one did, or I can make it through this one. So they kind of minimize what's going on and what's happening because they feel like they can't get better, that this is how it is, this is how the real world is. So they stick it out.